Hello guys, in this video I'm going to introduce you to a new project called as Tarsier. The interesting bit about this project is that it tries to tackle one of the challenging problem which is faced by not only large language models out there but lot of web scraping tool. And that problem is to make sure to understand the visual structure of a typical web page. If you have ever worked with the web scraping tool, or even if you have tried to use AI powered tools to scrape a web page or understand a web page, then you might have realized that these LLMs and AI powered tools and even the best of the breed AI scraping tools struggle to understand the page layout. They really cannot understand the web page structure, like all that HTML, all that cascading style sheets, and that accessibility tree, screenshots, these buttons, and all that stuff. Behind the scene, if you think about it, all of these buttons, all of these colors, images, they are text. So a text-based large language model should at least understand that, but the thing is that they don't. Simply, they cannot understand all that web structure. That is where this new tool Tarsier tries to help. So if you have ever tried to use LLM to automate web interactions, then you might appreciate this tool. Straight up, if you want to run this tool locally, you would need a lot of stuff. You would need OpenAI's API key because it uses GPT-4 vision behind the scene. You can either use Llama Index or Llama LangChain. And more importantly, you would need an OCR service from a cloud provider such as Google Vision OCR. So you would need to have a Google Cloud account. So I don't have the Google Cloud account at the moment, so that is why I won't be able to show you. And that is another thing, is that all of these things are a bit expensive because OCR Vision and then OpenAI's API key, that is again a paid option. So you have to be careful if you really want to go that way. But all in all, if you have a production environment, if you have a real business use case, then these that is the purpose of this video, to make you familiar with this stuff, so that if you have any such requirement, you can use these things. So you would need a Google Cloud account for this. You would need an OpenAI's API key, and then you would also need the Llama index. Now, this has been created by the company Reworked, and they have iterated on all of these problems which I mentioned earlier across tens of thousands of real web tasks to build a powerful perception system for web agents. And that is called as Tarsier. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can use either LangChain, you can use Llama Index. So the way it works is quite interesting. It visually tags interactable elements on a page via brackets plus an ID, and then they provide a mapping between elements and ID for an LLM to take actions upon any sort of click or scroll. They also define interactable elements as button, links, or input fields that are visible on the page. And it can also tag all textual elements if you pass through the OCR, of course. And talking about that OCR, they have built their own OCR algorithm to convert a page screenshot into a white space structured string that is similar to if you have seen ASCII art. And so with that string, an LLM even without vision can understand. So current vision language models all struggle around that, especially when it comes to fine-grained representations needed for web interaction tasks. So that is where they have used their GPT-4 plus Tarsier and Tarsier screenshot. A lot of things are involved. So it is not that straightforward, unfortunately. You can install it with by simply doing pip install Tarsier. And let me show you a cookbook which they have shared on their GitHub repo, which you can access. So let me walk you through, and then I will tell you what you need exactly to run it on your servers. And you would need a good server, by the way. At least I would say you would need something powerful with good GPU. Even most of it is from the API based. So you see, we are installing LangChain, Playwright, Tarsier, and then we are installing that Playwright. And if you have never worked with this Playwright, it is simply a Python library to automate Chrome browser, Firefox, and WebKit browsers with a single API. And with the help of this Playwright package, you can deliver automation that is even quite, I will say, ubiquitous, capable, reliable, and fast. And you can basically automate your web application, both sync and async Python. So that is why we are installing this play right here, because it has to do with the browser, and you will see it in all the web applications. So it is just installing it here. Now if you go here, they are just importing all the libraries, then they are setting up this playwright with Chrome, and then from there, this is where you would need to put your OpenAI's API key. This is where you would set your Google Cloud credential, because you see it is using this Google Vision OCR services. Again, both of them are paid option, and this could get pretty expensive pretty soon. So beware about the bill and what API calls you are making. And then they're defining some of the decorators with the tools, with the async option, reading the page, and then it is just passing it to the Tarsier. From there, it is defining some functions for the click, for the input text, press key, and all that stuff. And this is where they are using that GPT-4 vision. They're importing some of the libraries, specifying the template, which you can see that it is telling what exactly the model needs to be doing, and question the chain of thought, and then observation. So once that's done, it is passing that to GPT-4 here, and then from there it is just setting up the chain of Tarsier, and then it is just checking the google.com, read the page, search for OpenAI Dev Day. So it is whole automation with the web, and you see this is where agent is executing the chain, all of it. There you go. There is a lot of stuff happening, and this is where it is reading the textual element from the web page and then going about it. You see, because at the end of the day, behind the scene, it is all text, and then it is also reading those HTML elements out of it, and then towards the end, it is giving us the answer after finishing the chain. There you go, and it has also done the browsing for you. So this is what this tool is about. Now my issue with this tool is that yes, it is good enough, a lot of code and a lot of stuff, but the thing is that when you have to engage an OpenAI API key, which is fine, but then for OCR, if they have developed their own algorithm, why do we need the cloud service from Google? So it would be good if they could have just provided some sort of service by just using LLM, even if they are using the GPT-4 vision. So instead of just engaging Google Cloud, and or as I read from their GitHub repo, they will be using Amazon Textract very soon, or Microsoft Azure's computer vision. So I think that instead of using third-party OCR service, they should provide us a cookbook with their own OCR algorithm or their own OCR capabilities. So, but all in all, a good project. If you have some requirement in the production, maybe give it a go. Very new one, so let's see how it evolves. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.